guys. I just wanted to share something for those of you who are interested in kind of following what's happening with my brain cancer, um, because it's just really interesting to me, some of the things that are happening. And the one I was thinking about last night that I really wanted to share is that, I've always been really left-brained. In fact, that's probably the reason why I won't be having surgery is because, most of us are left-brained or right-brained. A lot of us are left-brained. If you're right-handed, you're probably left-brained. Um, but I'm like off the charts. And so the thought that, if I were to have brain surgery, there's a good chance I just wouldn't do very well. Um, However, it's still up in the air, but not right now. However, beyond that, whether I have surgery or not, the reason I wanted to bring it up is because, I've just always had this left brain that likes to think things through and likes to read the research. And, if you have a really well researched argument, you can convince me. But if you don't, you probably won't. And so, as I've gotten older, I've tried to learn with that because I recognize that there are a lot of things that we can't know. If you back up many hundreds of years, they thought the earth was flat. They were absolutely convinced the earth is flat. Like you could walk out to the ocean and look and see, hey, it's flat. There's the end. Like you can see it, you know? And now we realize, yeah, we just didn't know everything back then. And that's exactly the same now. Like we don't know everything now. And so we might have strong opinions about what's happening and what's going on in the world or what should be happening or how we die, where we go, whatever. But the fact is there are still many, many things that we just don't know. So one of the things that I find really interesting is that having been so left brain and very, into my research and, details to be convinced about something, the left side of my brain is where the cancer is, and it's pretty big. And so it affects how I'm thinking. And it's funny because I've been into spirituality for a long time, many of you know, and I've been meditating and, trying to do a lot of different spiritual techniques, but I really can struggle because it's hard for me to calm my mind down. And, some of the things they try to teach you to do, I just really struggle hard to do. And so I keep trying and I keep working on it, and it's definitely helped over the years for sure. Um, but one of the things that I thought was interesting, if I can remember it now because my memory's going, um, we were talking about the brain and so what's been interesting is that because this is affecting the left side of my brain, what I've noticed is that like I can't really read a book anymore. I can read it, but if I get to the bottom of the page and you say, "What'd you just read in this page?" I'm like, I can't remember. I liked it and I have a good vibe over it, or I have a bad vibe over it, or whatever, but I can't really tell you what I just read. And so that's so unusual for me. But on the flip side, what's really cool is I am having this totally other part of my brain that's really firing up, which is like this part of my brain that just gets really quiet. And I can sit, before I'd sit with my cat and I would, "Oh, you're such a cute kitty," and I would love on her and kiss her for, 2, 3, 4 minutes. And now I can do that for like 15, 20 minutes, just like noting every little piece of fur on her paw and, all these little details, and just be so in the moment, and it lasts for a long time. It doesn't just last for a moment. Like I'm in the moment for a long time, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. So I guess the reason I'm telling you all this is because one of the things that it's done for me is that it's really helped me to look around at other people. And, sometimes you go to the supermarket or wherever you go, or you're driving on the freeway, and there's certain types of people that can really bug you. Or you just kind of look at with a little more disdain or whatever, whatever's going on in your life. And other people you really warm up to and really like them right away. And one of the things I found is that like it doesn't matter who crosses my path. Um, I'm really kind of wishing them the best and just loving on them. I can see the beauty in them. I can see like, whatever you want to call it. I can just see, you know, the godliness in them. Whatever we're all made from, it's just beautiful. And it's such a neat experience. So, you know, something to think about, because I know it's hard to change things like this. It's not like you can just go into your brain and say, hey, change that up and help me to see people better or something like that. But, you know, keep it a practice. And, you know, if there are people that you struggle with, just keep practicing and practicing to try to get that side of your brain working a little harder. And maybe you don't need to have brain cancer to get there. All right, love you guys.